for having me. My name is Nana Evans and welcome to Hub&Culture. Hub&Culture was started by me and my sister, Chia and we have two brands, Love Yaya and As Black as Love. And we really wanted to be on the high street, so we didn't have enough money. And my sister came up with the idea to involve 20 other creatives. We put all of our money together, pay monthly rent, and so that we could have a presence on the high street. And that was how Hub&Culture came into being in 2018. Okay, we focus on African designers and African fashion from the diaspora and from Africa as well, because there's a lack in the market for this representation. And as we are Africans and can see that we needed a place where other Africans could come to and find fashion, health and well-being, creams, books, dolls in one special place. We call Hub&Culture the vortex of love, because we're all sharing our wares to kind of empower each other and our community. It's important that we also celebrate Black love, and Black love is about feeling a place of safety and warmth and celebration of our culture without it being tamed or co-opted by anybody else. So it's important that we buy from each other, we actually sell from our heart, so we sell our culture and we put that out there, and that increases representation. Being around creatives is important actually, just for, I think energy-wise, vibrationally, where you soak up what you're doing, your best practices. It inspires you as well when somebody in here has new things. Like just walking around the shop today, I can see that there's more children's clothing that I hadn't seen before. So there's little boys. That starts getting the juices going, like what else could I do? What's the next step that I could add to my business? It's important to connect with other creatives as well, just to keep in check with what's happening, and to be able to talk through your ideas with somebody that gets it, that understands what your processes are and what theirs are, and shares best practices with you. It is important to have community. As humans, that's what we're about. We're about connection. So it's good to stay connected with other creatives. So before we created the high street shop space, loads of us were selling on the internet, or we would be doing festivals, small markets. While that's still good, we're all around the place working out, and that's quite hard, especially when you have a family. So providing a space where everybody could come together was an essential for our customer bases, to have one place where they could go. And loads of people don't like shopping over the internet as well. They want to actually feel the fabrics, they want a story, they want to know who they're buying from. That's quite hard when you don't have a cooperative space to sell from. There are a few African shops in London, but there's not many, so it's important that we would like Hub&Culture to grow so that there's more out there. It's not just this one space. It's important to have these springing up all around the country. I mean, that's a common story of as an African creative not being supported by your parents. Really, generationally, that's shifting, because coming from the community base that they had, whether it be in the Caribbean or in Africa, through colonialism, it's very different. So your pool of how you express yourself was very limited. Once you come to the West, that kind of expands. And I think from what I've seen with my parents as well, that expansion has opened their eyes up to different avenues that people show their creativity and can be creative and can be wealthy from it as well. I guess back then it was, it's just a mechanism to actually survive. So you know that certain jobs you're going to be able to surviving, but now through the internet, having shops, you can survive. I think that is shifting, it's changing, and I hope that if anybody actually still had those thoughts, there are places that you can reach out. They could come to Hub&Culture and have a chat with any of us here to see what we can do, and really the future is limitless. All we have to do is just really get our creative ideas out there. That's the important factor. So our future plans for Hub&Culture, in our latest shop now at 27 Peckham High Street, we have a gallery space downstairs, and that's an event space. So we have an eclectic range of events, and we want to open up everybody's consciousness to what's out there from an African perspective. So our latest season has been on psychedelics and psychedelic use in African cultures and as medicine. Again, following on from that, we have a mushroom workshop as well, and how people have been using mushrooms for centuries to heal depression, cancer, all manner of stuff. So we're really opening up Hub&Culture to explore culturally what African culture is about in terms of what we have done, and from Africans to pass on to other Africans and the world. We want Hub&Culture to be a place where people feel safe to explore that and learn as well. Okay, my one piece of advice to anybody wanting to actually start a fashion business or be creative in any way is just do it. It really is start creating, put your creative activities out there. With the internet, there's no limits to what you can do. You can set up an Etsy shop. You can be on Amazon now, on Amazon Handmade. You can just set up shop from Instagram and start selling. I wish I had that when I was starting out, where I was making stuff and selling it to my friends, and then maybe having a market stall. That's still there. You can still have a market stall. There's so many ways that you can actually take your craft into creating wealth for yourself and having a business. Just do it. Don't sit on ideas. Ideas are in the ether. As soon as you have your idea, you know it's traveling around, and somebody is going to make it happen. So that somebody needs to be you.